Hey everyone, welcome back to Endless Money Pits. This is a 2007 Toyota Yaris, and today I'll be showing you how to replace the headlight bulbs. Replacing the bulbs requires disconnecting part of the front bumper, but don't worry, it's very easy. This procedure will be the same for both headlights. Here are the tools that I used for this job. Socket wrench, 10mm socket, socket extension, Phillips screwdriver, needle nose pliers, and a flathead screwdriver. I also used some dielectric grease. And these are the new headlights I installed. To get started, we'll need to remove some of the plastic pins from the front bumper. To remove these pins, push down in the center, then pull the whole pin out from the edge. This car appears to be missing a few pins. If you need some replacement pins too, check for a link in the description. We also need to remove the uppermost pin in each of the front wheel wells. Now the top of the front bumper can be pulled away from the car. This will take a little force. This should give you access to the 3 bolts holding in each headlight. You can use a 10mm socket or a Phillips screwdriver to remove these bolts. The outside corner of each headlight kind of clips onto the car, so I used a flathead screwdriver to gently pry them off. With the headlight free, disconnect the headlight and turn signal wires for a little more working room. The rubber gasket fell out of this turn signal connection, so I'll have to find that before I reassemble everything.
Just lost a piece of that.
The connection for the headlight bulb is inside of a rubber boot that you'll need to slide off of the headlight. You don't need to remove the rubber boot from the wire, just squeeze the connection and pull them off as one piece. Now we have access to the headlight bulb. It's held in place with a thin wire clip that needs to be squeezed and lifted out of the way. Dispose of the old bulb and grab a new one. It's a good idea to apply some dielectric grease to the prongs of the new bulb to prevent corrosion, but this is not required. Make sure not to touch or get any grease on the glass part of the bulb. Grease or oil on the glass can become extremely hot when the lights are on and cause the bulb to break. Carefully insert the new bulb and use the wire clip to secure it in place. I turned the rubber boot inside out to make it a little easier to reconnect the headlight wire. Note the orientation of the plug and how it needs to match up with the prongs. Reattach the connection, then slide the rubber boot over the bulb housing. It took me a while to find that rubber gasket I dropped, but it was down there. Now put the headlight back in place. Take your time and make sure that all 3 bolt holes are lined up correctly. Reinstall the 3 headlight mounting bolts. Make sure the top center section of the front bumper is laying on top of the metal support. Then pop each side of the bumper back into place around the headlights. The center portion of each plastic pin needs to be pushed up before reinstalling them into the bumper. Then push the center down so it's flush with the edges of the pin. And don't forget the pins in the wheel wells. Close the hood and we're done. That concludes this week's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this, and until next time, just keep throwing money at it. Just lost a piece of that. That's okay.